Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am here to be a part of a wonderful collaboration, and this is the Show Some Style JJ23, and it is a wonderful collaboration hosted by Rachel at Rach and Bella Crafts. Thank you so much, Rachel, for inviting me to this amazing lineup. Look at all of these marvelous folks that are in it. Some of my very faves for sure, and some people that are fairly new to me. So I'm going to subscribe to them all. So do a screenshot if you can. I'll try and link to all of their videos. Well, there will be. It's probably easier if you use the hashtag Show Some Style JJ23. There's going to be a playlist. And if you're playing along, have fun. You will love it. And we're using a number of digis from Rachel, and she did such a gorgeous video. I will put the video below that tells you what the kit names are, etc. So I have chosen with this, we're meant to do two different styles. And we're supposed to perhaps lead with our strength and then do something that's a little bit different for us. To be honest, I don't think I picked something that's very challenging for my second, but you can guess what my first is, and that is Botanical. So I'm going to show you very quickly using these digitals from Rachel how you can make a folio, an ephemera folio, and I have a little bit of vintage on the front, but this is my first, which is Botanical. Because I only have a half hour, I try and get, I need to try and do a fair amount up front. So I've done my Botanical already, which I'll show you, and then we'll do the vintage one together. Vintage is my second theme. So this is the folio that I've made, and I've got, it's really a marriage of vintage and Botanical. There's a pocket in here. There are these with a vellum there. And then if we flip over, we have a tag here on the back. And then here at the front, if we flip forward, we also have a tag here. And we have another spot for bits. So this is a Botanical kit that is Rachel's, that she gave me specifically because she knew I was doing Botanical. So then I just go around like that, and then we tie her off. So let's get started with that vintage one. We need all the time we can get. So what you need is a bit of vellum. I've used papers from the Backgrounds kit, and I have taken them and I've glued with glue stick, glued 2 pages together for both. So you need 2 to make this particular folio. You don't need any fancy tools other than, I guess, an eyelet setter if you choose to do an eyelet, which is something I did choose to do. Okay, so the question is, what do I want on the front? I think I want this on the front. So what I'm going to do is I've just lined these up. You pick 2 and you keep them the correct way up if there is a direction. And I'm not doing a whole lot of measuring here. I just know from making the last one that I want it to come over about, I'm going to say that's about 3.5 inches roughly. So I'm just going to put glue here. This is what our pocket's going to evolve from. And we're going to do the same at the top. Just some glue there. And then I'm just going to glue down here on this edge to make sure that we've got ourselves a pocket. So then I'm going to line these up. And if I was halfway decent at measuring, it should be straight. So yeah, you can see at the back, it should be straight. So those are fairly vintagey when you've got that, which could be used for the steampunk one as well, couldn't it? Okay, so from here, I know that I have to I think I was just a little bit from this seam, from just a little bit past the seam, I'm going to fold it back. So it might be like 1/4 of an inch on the other side of that seam. Let's see. Yeah, about that, which is great. So I'm just going to fold that back there. And from here, you're probably going to have to stop and do this a couple of times. I want this to be from where we made the pocket, about, fold it back about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, like so, like that. So that is 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, like that, and oops, and then here we want to then fold this side back. That's going to make a pocket. So they're never going to be exactly the same size as the last one you made. And then this one, this is turning out to be the front. We don't want there to be a pocket on the front because we want to decorate the front. So I'm just going to fold that, hoping it's near about this side. That one was a little bit less. This one's a little bit more, and that's fine. It really doesn't matter. So then what we have is our pocket. We'll put our vellum here. We'll have a pocket on the back. We open it up, we'll have a pocket here, and then we'll put vellum there. So very, very simple. You may need to watch it again to get the process. I wouldn't say the measurements, because like I said, the measurements are not precise in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just going to put a little notch in here. I'm just going to look at it from the other side so that I can see. There we go. I can see that I have a notch, and then I'm going to go here. And then I'm going to come back and glue these down. There we go. All right, so we will glue these down. And if you want, you could use your bone folder. If you want it to be really precise, of course, you could use your scoreboard and whatnot. But not everybody has a scoreboard, and I wanted this to be a little more accessible. So there we go there. And we will put this one down as well. Like so. So this will be our front page, and we will put our vellum pockets here. Now I cut these to 4 3/4 wide. That's probably a little wider than they need to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, they're 2 inches tall by 4 3/4, and I'm going to get brave and just cut a little bit less than a 1/4 of an inch. So I want to make sure that they don't in any way obstruct that's in there, the crease. So I'm just going to put some art glitter glue on, and this will work really well. So yeah, I glue 2 pages together, and I don't trim it until after it's dried. So I use, to make these, I make 4 pages that you like from the kit that you want to use. And then what you do is you put 2 of them together, white side of the paper together with glue stick. And then I set them under some books and I let them dry. And once they're dry, then you can cut them. And that is when I cut them with my, just with whatever cutter you're using. And then these will come over here. Let's make sure. Is that going to fit? That's a little bit narrower, so we'll cut these a little bit more. Okay. There we go. Great. And then I let them, like I said, I let them dry. Then I cut them on my cutter, and making sure that they're all the same. Both of the two now laminated sheets that you've created are the same size. And that's when you get started doing what I've just done, which I apologize for moving quickly. But we have a lot to accomplish in 30 minutes. And these are really versatile kits because, like I said, you could make them do the steampunk, the vintage. I mean, vintage is something I do a bit, although I think I'm primarily, my wheelhouse is botanical. So there you go. We have all our pockets in, which is great. And we're going to start. So what I've done is I've taken some of the bits from that were in the kit, and there's a whole bunch of these little cards. I've already mounted them on cardstock. There's these wonderful photographs. And the photographs, I think some I haven't mounted on cardstock and others I have. These are mounted on cardstock. I think they are fabulous. And then there's some of these beautiful images, which I quite love. She might be kind of gorgeous there. Of course, she might be kind of gorgeous there too, eh? Just beautiful. Okay, so I know that here I want to put a tab, and I learned from the last one that I probably want the tab to be flush rather than stick out off of the folio. So I'm just going to put this up here, and I'm going to make it flush. You can see this one sticks out a little bit, which is fine. It's more for the sari than anything else that it would be good, I think, for it to be flush instead. So we could put her there, and then we could just do a little zhuzhing afterwards. I think we'll put her there. And I'm just putting glue. Don't have to go right to the edge. I like the fact that we're going to get some dimension with her. And see if I can get it straight. Perfect. Excellent. So while she's drying, I want to look at these tags. I have 3 tags from the kit as well that I've picked. And I was thinking I would put, like, just to make them even more sort of vintagey looking, I might put a little bit of special paper on them, and then an image, which I think another dimensional little portrait, if you will. I think I'm going to set this up here. And I like the idea of having this young man here. I think that looks kind of nice. So we'll set him there. And like I said, I'm not going right to the edge because I don't know, you might want to come back and stick a little something underneath. So that's one. I like that. And you could put a label on, that sort of thing if you want. Oh my gosh, look what I did. I picked the same. That is funny. Okay, well, because we picked the same, we're going to cover that at the bottom. No one said we couldn't. And that's not a reflection of the kit, that's a reflection of the messing up. So I'm going to put this on. You know, there are no mistakes, just opportunities. I think that's just the best saying ever. Okay, we're going to set this here, and you don't have to go right to the edge. And we'll put a different portrait here. Why not? Why not? So here we go. Okay, just Just making sure we still have lots of time. Oh, baby is so cute. Just looking for what I might want to use. Could put 2 on. Could, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to put her on there, and then I'm going to add that tag as a little tuck spot on this tag. So I want her fairly high up. We're going to try and center her. And then I'm going to set this tag down here. Get my glue on my finger. And I'm just going to set this on the corner like that. And then maybe one of these smaller, we could put the little, let's do that. We'll put a little portrait on there as well. See, it's nice with vintage to use a little bit of vintage paper anyway, which is what I've done there. So there we go. There's a delivery truck in the neighborhood. So we've got 2 done, I think. And you could, of course, use add lace, that sort of thing. And if we have time, I may do that as well. This is really cute. Let me just see. Do I have? Oh, I have a piece of. Embossed brown paper, and something like that might look kind of cool on there. I like that. I think I want a little something else as well. Let me just see. I'm just reaching behind me. I have some lace here. Okay. So I could put a little bit of lace. I think we'll cut this a bit. All right, I'm going to switch that around. I'm going to put the lace, the circle up here, like that. And then I think I might, it's that tail that's bothering me. You too? Yeah, I think I might just set that there. Like so. Okay, we have 3 tags. Let's come back and decorate our gal. Now, I have, once again, just looking at some bits that I have in a bag here behind me. Let's see. Sorry, that doesn't make very compelling. Doesn't feel very compelling, does it? Oh, I think that would be pretty here. That's the right side. So I'm just going to cut here with this bit sticking out a little bit. So we could set that there, like so. Let me come in a little tiny bit. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue like this. And add that there, like that. We could do something like, gosh, let's use some washi. Let's see, do I have my pretty washi right here? Gosh, I do not, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get around my, not going to be able to get around my tripod. But you know what would look nice? Some numbers, I think. That makes me think vintage. So we'll put some number washi at the top. Why not? I think that will look nice right there. Just gives it an extra little lift. And we could put, if we wanted, we could put a piece of washi here, and it could come from the top and just cover there. We're going to put an eyelet through there anyway, I think. Okay, let me get that on. And let's look at filling this folio and let this dry before we, or attempt to let it dry. Let it dry a bit. How's that? Before we put the eyelet in. Okay, so here we can put things like this beautiful gal, and I think I'll put this tag and this beautiful gal in here. And you could, of course, decorate here if you wanted. I mean, you could turn her into a tuck spot and have something behind it. I just didn't in the other one, and we don't have time at this stage. In the back here, I'm going to put this one, with this bit's coming out. In here, I'm going to set this one with the extra that has a tuck spot. And so then I'm going to take and put some of these tags that we might want to fill at some point. Like that. And then I'm going to put some of these extra small, the small ones up here that I've cut out from the kit that we can use. Just to show you how I would use it. Like that, okay. And then back here, I might put actually some of these up here. They're really fun. I quite like that one. Put this down here and a few more of these gorgeous little tags. I think I want to put, her here just as a bit of a decoration. Okay, we're good for time, so that's good. Put her here as a decoration. Where do I want to put her up? I think I'll put her up here because I like those little flowers down there. So we've got her there just to decorate that a little. And then this one, we might want to put, trying to choose someone we haven't used yet. Oh, she's lovely. Put this lovely lady down here as well. Right there. Very cute. And let me just put a hole in here and we will see if there's anything else we want to add. Make sure, I better take that out so that I don't put a hole in it, because I've done that before. And then I grab an eyelet. So that's really the only fancy thing I'm using, if you can call it fancy. And we'll put the eyelet in here. There we go. Lovely. And now we'll set this back in. And what's nice, that'll make that even tighter because we've got this eyelet in there. Then I'm going to take, I've got some, here we go. I've got some pretty sari, and I'm just going to kind of make a point, go in here, attempt to make a point anyway. Pull it through, and then pull this through. I like this one. It's a two-color one, which I think is kind of fun. So then I'm going to go around and around, and then we will tie it. Oh gosh, that worked out well for size. Doesn't even have to be cut. Perfect. So that's up here. Now we've got all of this coming together really nicely. I think I wouldn't mind. I've got some music paper here. I might like a little piece of music paper. That makes me think of vintage for sure. So maybe some music paper right there. I think would look great. Because I have it on its side, I'm not worried about it being, you don't have to worry about whether the music is right side up or not, because you've got it, you can look at it this way or that way. That's right side. Okay, so I like that. Oops. And you might want to put a little music on the back here too. I have got sorry ribbon all over my finger. Okay, so I like when you can go over a bit of an image like that. Just makes me happy. And here we go. Just like so. Then we can still see that beautiful flower. So these papers work for Botanical, they work for vintage. Let's just open it up. Open. So we've got this, and like I said, we could decorate here. And we've got some tags, and then on this side we have tags as well as some little images too. And there's no reason why you can't take one of the tags, and then these are such a size that they fit these little tags really beautifully. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have fun making a folio or a folder, whatever you want to call it. So look, now we have a little finished tag, and I will set that in there as well. And that's pretty much it, I'd say. Well, we've got this gal and an extra tag. Let's do it. Let's put that on there. I'm pleased that worked out well in terms of getting everything on that we want it to get on. I think I've set her up there even. She'll still fit. That was lucky. Yeah. And like I said, you could take one of these and put here, and it could be a tuck spot because it's got card behind it. Totally up to you. So thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much, Rachel, for including me. I really appreciate it in this fabulous collaboration. I am so looking forward to seeing everybody's videos. So it's just lovely to be asked, I have to say. And it's fun to try a little something. I wouldn't have made these. I know I wouldn't have if I hadn't have been given the challenge. So thank you so much. And I will see you all again next time. There they are, the two of them. Take care, everybody. Bye.